right here, right now. And even if the world ends, then I'll be fine. No fear, no doubt. I know a place that sneak away. Leave the pain, I'll stay with you. Let me hold you, close your eyes. We'll be reaching paradise. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. Yeah, I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. Heavy like a feather, you mend my heart right here, right now. I didn't even notice your medicine. No fear, no doubt. I know a place that sneak away. Leave the pain, I'll stay with you. Let me hold you, close your eyes. We'll be reaching paradise. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. Yeah, I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. Be alright, yeah, I know we'll be alright. We are closing in on heaven, and I know we'll be alright. Be alright, yeah, I know we'll be alright. We are closer now than ever, and I know we'll be alright. Be alright, yeah, we know we'll be alright. We are closer now than ever, and I know we'll be alright. Be alright, yeah, I know we'll be alright. We are closer now than ever, and I know we'll be alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that makes me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. We are back another time for the H&L's Tonight Show. Happy Monday morning. Happy Sunday night. Wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Talking about greatness, this guy beside me, he has a greatness inside. We call him the Gold. And we welcome back Mr. Enough Tap is in the house today.
Hello, Coach. Hello, our friends in Hockey Nation. Great to be together again.
Always a pleasure. You make my day every time I see you beside me. I feel like it's going to be an amazing, great 24 hours. But tonight we have an amazing, great show. Finally, we're going to do what we're supposed to do 24 hours ago. And we are ready to go back and do it again. I have to change the title of the show last night because it was not appropriate. But tonight we're going to talk about, Mr. Natap, the best move of season and NHL. We're going to talk about a little bit the team and their move and the trade, maybe the NHL draft pick, and of course the signature UFA. I'm going to go through the 32 team one by one by division tonight, and we're going to ask people what they think. They can make their statement about their each team we're going to talk about, and that'll be amazing. And of course, at the end of the FRENCHY quiz, we have back tonight, Mr. Natap, and I have a really big meeting this weekend with the DUARTE Smith verification. All the rules about the Hockey Nation show is coming for the upcoming year number 3. And we decided to have a new rules, Mr. Natap, on the FRENCHY quiz. This year, for year number 3, we're going to calculate every night all the point you can get to reach the leaderboard by monthly and yearly. So how this work is this, Mr. Natap? The deal with after we discussed about that, it was a big 90 minutes. We have to figure out the best thing. And if you are a winner of the FRENCHY quiz, Mr. Natap, and only 2 winner, only 2, all right? First of all, if you are a winner of only alone, you give 2 points, Mr. Natap. So far, you understand? Alone?
So far.
2 points.
So far.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you become now a winner with another one, you get 1 point. So far, you get it?
Okay.
All right. But if you are 3 winner of the same night, a plus, each one of you get a 0.5 point. And so that would be the deal with they're going to verify everything. And they said that there we go. And then right now, after a couple of nights, it's Andy Kuivula take the lead at 2.5 after 2W, but 1 alone and 1 with many people yesterday. And I just want to mention the leaderboard. We're going to make this leaderboard live in the next couple of nights. I'm still working to keep it, to do everything, but we can wait to see that. So FRENCHY quiz now, Mr. Natap is going to be part of this. Mr. Roger, the LGWGH app driver for the Hockey Nation show, another member of the Hockey Nation show. Welcome and thanks to be a part of the membership. By the way, you can become a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show at any time. It costs you, honestly, Mr. Natap, at $1.99 per month. If you split this in 30, it's less of the, cup the water somewhere, somehow, at the McDonald's, I don't know. But that's the cost of the what participate.
Unless
when you
you're
get
in Thailand.
membership, you get a lot of things from the Hockey Nation Live Show. Discount, everything like that. And emails and order is coming for the year number 3. And that's it. That's all, Mr. Natap. First of all, we want to ask you one thing. I don't know if you watched the AB branch. Yesterday was our first launching of the AB branch, year number 3, the first, honestly, in the Hockey Nation show. Contributor Karen Haynes for the Buzz Hockey. She was with a part of the show last night with them yesterday, this morning. You have to confusing everybody because I'm in tail end, so I'm about like 11 hours in front of you. And Marco Larrabee, and what is your first impression about this show?
Well, first of all, Coach, I got to admit, I think I told you this before. I came in late because I was confused. I thought it was going to be at 12 o'clock, and I thought it was going to be a live podcast, a recorded podcast, but then I saw that there was a chat, so we started to ask questions on the chat. It's all my fault because I didn't listen, and I apologize. But
that's all right.
You know what? It was good. The brunch was well done. I thought Karine offered some great insights, and it's great to listen to a different perspective from time to time.
Yeah, she was really good. She bring a couple of points. Marco was great inside the chat, of course, and then inside the show. And it was, for me, to do like the live stream we're doing right now or to do other things. I never have a chance to talk with people in the chat. So to be part of this, something I don't do a lot, and interact with other people in the chat was great for me to talk, everything. And then we have a pretty good. We have about like 400 viewers, and then 36 people at least came to the chat at the same time. So it was pretty cool to see that. And then next week we have another contributor is going to join us and going to do the same thing. Can we get some live stream? Yes, we will. But honestly, at this point, we have focusing on the recording. And, we miss a couple of things. We're missing a couple, after feedback, we're missing the outro at the end of the show and then a couple of logo during the show. But otherwise, pretty cool, pretty fun. And that's what we try to bring. We have a great night overall. 7 more new subscribers because the show. And then we got Kevin Francis, a new contributor, the Hockey Buzz, going to join us during the year, talking about Ottawa Senator and other team in the NHL. So, we grow in properly the right way. And you want the reason why this show, this Hockey National show channel is getting better and better and stronger because one of you, Mr. Nartap, you make a big friends. Talk about mixed friends. Let's put our due to welcome everybody in the chat and welcome.
Let's do it.
And that'd be great to see that. Without them, it's impossible, Mr. Nartap. You know that.
Exactly.
And we try to get faster, quicker, better. And the first thing we want to say, the New Brunswick, Mr. Yann Jeannet is in the house tonight.
Hey, Yann. How's it going?
Yann is a great asset of the Hockey Nation show. First moderator we see in the chat, Mr. Luciano Graziano. Welcome back.
Lucky.
We have Mr. Jose Duarte from upstate, assistant captain of the Hockey National Show for the moderator. Welcome back, Mr. Jose.
Hey, Jose, welcome.
And directly from Ottawa, Vinny James, Bond 007. Welcome back, Vinny.
How's it going, 007?
Glad to have him aboard. Glad to see him. And this is too long to welcome back, I think, is Ajay. Welcome back in the house. Thank you to be a part of this. Blessing for yourself. And thanks to be a part of the show.
Welcome aboard.
We have, Nat, back in the house from Lille de Montreal Island. Natalie Lafont.
How's it going, Nat?
Let's see her. Great person. Love the sport. Love hockey.
Always
have a great heart.
To have her.
And from República Dominicaine, now is in Timmins, Ontario. That's a big switch of the location, but he's back in the house.
And climate.
Mr. Mitch Cloutier back in the house.
Hey, Mitch, how's it going?
Mitch is great. Have a great time in Republican San Diego, they call it. And that remind me, ladies and gentlemen, batting 6, catcher, number 35 for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Manny Sanguyan.
Stay on course, Coach. Stay on course.
I don't know. Sometimes I love those kind of names. Talking about greatness, you are awesome. Welcome back, Miss Kelly from Ontario, back in the house tonight. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. Talking about greatness, talking about donuts, talking about beignet, and talking about game winning. Talking about Bobby back at donuts. Welcome back.
Bobby, welcome back, Bobby.
I need to watch his video. He sent me a video yesterday. I didn't have no time. The time is missing, Mr. Nartap. I need 36 hours per day to be alive. Yeah. 36, not 24. It's too long, by the way. I mentioned this to you before the show, but the Thunder in Thailand, Mr. Nartap, this is for men. It's not for kids. The Thunder is allowed in Thailand. I can tell you that. It was really loud last night. Wake me up a couple of times. And talk about loud, like it's loud. Like it feel like he was in the house in the condominium last night. So impressive first time I hear that. So
keep in mind you're closer to the clouds. You're on the 30th
a little bit closer. I don't know. This make a big impact. Imagine if I was at 43, I cannot believe it. Those people, a little bit like, because you have 44 floor here. Some are 31. So you still have 12 more over me. And I'd be about this. I'm learning, Mr. Nartap. I always said what the heck? Why I wake up at 4:30 and I open the patio. I love to sit on the balcony. I walk from there a lot, and I always heard like the motors of the boat. I said, why? What the heck they are doing? I was thinking it's a tractor to clean up the sand and everything like this, but it's the boat. And I said, why? Then I realized why, Mr. Nata. You know what they are doing? They go fishing during the night. They fish and they get fish. And then they bring this on the street, and then they give it to the people sell the fish, fresh market fish. And I realized that way. I said, hey, that's the reason why. So they are about like
lots of shrimp.
I had a lot of shrimp for Danny. I said, look, you have to send this on the Orleans. So put this on the water. We could pick them during the next winter. But, you don't need a big hole for the fish, for the shrimp anyway. So Danny will be fine. But that's not a subject. But that's how I figure out, Mr. Natap. The fishermen, the night, they work during the night. And
you work by night.
Fish. Yeah. So, and there are no fiberglass boat, by the way. They are all wood.
They're all wood, yeah.
And the motor are not like a Johnson 440. I don't know how it works this, but it's really tricky, that part of this part. But that's a subject for another time. We are behind me, Sonata, because of my crazy story about this. Alan Barnes is back in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Alan. Barnes, welcome.
Talking about a driver, maybe we drive a boat, who knows?
Man.
Roger LGWGH app number 1. This is for goal-winning goal hockey. Here we go. Thanks so much, Roger. We follow you, my friend.
Hey,
and
Roger.
then Nathalie va très bien. Look like I love shrimp. Here we go. The captain now changed his name for I love shrimp. I think he just came back for the Mandarin before the show, Mr. Nata. Behind he have a buffet at the Mandarin at 6:00 p.m. tonight, and they bring all the shrimp about this one over there. And
maybe Roger did.
And I think when he come to the Mandarin, you open the door, he show up like everybody in the restaurant. Oh my God, we don't have no shrimp after that. They'll be like terrible. He took all the shrimp and he put this on his pocket. And, his I'm telling you right now, he come. I don't know, the smell of this pants at the home when he get all this shrimp inside of that.
Okay, stay on course, coach. Let's go.
And talking about the leader, he's back in the house. Andy Kuiwula. Right. Welcome back, Andy.
Andy, how's it going, buddy?
He studied too much right now. That's why he's focusing on the quiz, honestly, about that one over there. And I'm getting there, Mr. Notap. We're a little bit behind, but everybody talk to each other. They say hi, everyone. And talking about the greatness, talking about William McClary back in the house.
Hey, William, how's it going?
What happened with the Blue Jays Sunday?
Not good today. They left too many players on base. They
lost yesterday?
They lost today, but good news is I think Baltimore lost as well, and Tampa Bay lost to the Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees beat them very badly yesterday. About this, Mr. Rick Bengal back in the house. Rick, long time we did not see you, Mr. Rick.
Hey, Rick. How's it going?
Glad to see you, my friend. Thanks. Don't forget, guys, to click on subscribe or this one over there. Where's this corner? Oh, this corner. No, this corner at the bottom right there. And that'd be great if you can do that. That'd be awesome. And people say, who's this guy beside me? I said, that's Notap. His name is the corner now. We'll put our name on the top corner, Mr. Notap, just in case people review the video and they don't know who we are. And that'd be it. But, a show, Mr. Notap, cannot exist without him. You know what I'm talking about? You do know what I'm talking about?
Of course. The one,
from New Brunswick,
the
Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
We tried to check his speed from his seat at the top to coming down, how long he takes and with his speed. So ESPN right now, the scientific data are working on this to see the speed Mr. Notap. When he step up, he's coming right away at the bottom. How long he takes, 0.8, 0.7. And with the velocity of his shoes, it's all calculated like this, Mr. Notap. It's unbelievable. we're going to get this result the next couple of weeks because we have to calculate a couple of times. We have to testing him, everything like that. But I expect Johnny right now is to speed up a little bit more, and we welcome him in the house. Mr. Johnny Golden is in the house.
All right, Johnny.
Coach, yeah, was notification. Some of us did not get it for the branch, just so you know. Yeah, no notification for Kelly for the branch because we did it on the premiere at the last minute. So we're shifting this part over there. So easy, 11 o'clock Eastern time every Sunday morning. We're going to have a live show. And we're going to make that premiere a little bit earlier this week, like Thursday, Friday, when we have the confirmation of the new contributor. We have a new one this week. Karen take a weeks off. We said that, Karen, we don't want to exceed everybody all the way at the beginning. Take a 1 week, maybe 2, and then we come back a little bit later. But yeah, that'd be good. One is a leap special. It's coming very soon, Kelly. Maybe 2-3 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks max. We have to meet all the people, reporter, the next a couple of days, and then we're going to come back with that start over there. Let's see it. Directly from Panama, sponsorship of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Sasha Schrader is in the house.
Hey, Sasha, how's it going?
Sasha, right now, Mr. Natat is on the water somewhere around the world. I don't know where, but he's fishing until the 15th, I believe. So right now he's getting all the tuna for Yamo and Finland possible. But yeah. Sasha, don't bring any shrimp. You're going to get steal by Mr. Danny. All right, Coach, shut up, Kelly. Was it Danny? Here we go. Mr. Steve G from Denver, Colorado. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Steve. Bonsoir.
Eternal Randa, winner of the Frenchy quiz last night. Come back in the house.
Eternal. How's it going?
There we go. I'm glad to see that. It's getting very quicker, Mr. Natap, everybody. And we cannot start the show without him. RJ Calabro, New Jersey. Welcome back.
How's it going, RJ?
The man of the man with all the update. Without him, Mr. Natap, the show is impossible because he brings everything in the house about all information. And he said to you, Mr. Natap, please click on the like, subscribe. The Blue Jays play the same way the Leaf play the first round they lost. Here we go. Roger likes to get some punch like that to his brother. So here you go.
We like the Blue Jays, Roger.
I maybe not eat shrimp, but I can hit you in the stomach, Mr. Danny, from his brother Roger, about this one over there. And it looked like everybody's talking each other, Mr. Natap. We go all the way down at the bottom, everything. So that's what happening all the way there, Mr. Natap. It's like what we mentioned. Go Abs, go for Rick Bengal. He just said at the end of this one over there. And we have the moderator just show up, Mr. Natap from Utah. Run with Kings.
Run.
20 back in the house.
How's it going, Run? Where's our fact of the day, Run?
Yeah, we did with that. Talking about everybody coming back from Niagara. No, Niagara. Not this one, but I'm talking about the Niagara Giant Ice Dog back in the house tonight.
Hey, Giant, how's it going?
OHL, Mr. Natap, Giant Ice Dog, welcome back in the house. Maybe first time, if not, if you are, welcome in the Hockey Nation Live Show family. If you are not, welcome back in the house. That'd be awesome to having you. I'm glad to have some people love the OHL, really great league. And the juniors starting to come back, by the way. Did you hear about Patrick Roy got kicked out of the game against the Shawinigan Cataract 2 days ago?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so that's
nothing changes with Patrick.
Exactly. Anything you want to add before we start, Mr. Natap? Or
no, let's start, Coach. Let's go.
There we go. So let's dive in over there and see what's happening about this. Here we go. Talking about welcome back. What not to welcome back. The Chicago Bear fans in 97. By the way, today was the kick on the football, the kickoff of the football NFL. Honestly, start Thursday, but all the game was on the Sunday. Mr. Notap looked like Aaron Rodgers didn't have a great day at the office. Looked like it was miserable for Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Couple of surprises around the league, but I'm not going to go too much into it. I was just thinking about the Bear because as you see, the Chicago Bear fans 97 is in the house. So hopefully your team doing very well. We know Patrick Mahomes, did the same thing like he was supposed to do. Another great day about this one over there. I wonder what we are talking about. The best move of season by every team, Mr. John. That's what we're going to talk about this. And would be great. Mr. Notap, anything you want to talk about the NFL before we start?
A lot of surprises again. It never ceases to amaze. The first couple of weeks are always killers in terms of trying to predict who the winners are going to be. But a couple of very exciting games. Come from behind wins, an overtime game as well. My Tennessee Titans lost when they had a 17-0 lead, but what are you going to do?
And we have Mr. Luke from British Columbia is on the house, Mr. Notap. And then, hey, they have like a tie game. I saw a tie game. Is it possible?
Yeah, of course.
They don't do like a shootout. They don't kick out. They don't kick like 25, 30, 35, 45, 40, 45, 50.
No, the NHL has a right. The NFL has a right that you can finish with a tie. It's important.
I think it would be fun to do that. No,
it's an important point.
I think it would be good to have a kick off.
Why do we
like a 3-point at the 25? No. You did it. I did it. Let's go back 30. I did it. You did it. 35. Did it. And you go all the way like this. I think it would be a great shootout. No.
That's why you have all-star games, so you can exhibit your skills. You don't do it in a hockey game. This is a team sport, and the team sport means you win as a team, not as an individual.
So why not do exactly what the college does? Like they bring the ball at 25 and try to do a touchdown.
Because we're modifying the game in a manner in which it wasn't meant to be, just for cheap thrills. Sometimes you have to keep it rooted in its origins.
Yep.
And I think even in the NHL now, that's when it comes down to a shootout, I don't know, I don't buy into it. Is it exciting? Yes, it is, but it becomes a skill contest, and if you got a couple players that can really score or an excellent goalie, advantage to that team. We saw that last year with Florida, right?
Yeah. 16 points and during the regular season about them one over there. So are you ready to rock and roll? The best move of season, Division Pacific. We're going to start with the first team of the night is the Anaheim Ducks. So before we start, we have the fun fact. I was waiting for the fun fact, Mr. Notap. Finally, we got it.
Did we get it?
Sergei Zubov has the most playing time in the Second Cup final game, 54.09, 50.05 within string, 3.04 power play. And 1 minute and short of that was the fun and the fact about the run with King. I love those fun facts, Mr. Notap. That provides me some question at some point. When will be the time to do it? So that's happening about this.
50 minutes, even strength. Wow.
Almost like a full game, right?
Yeah.
So that's happening about this. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. We thanks each one of you to be a part of the show tonight. Mr. Notap, the best moves of season, Division Pacific, and Anaheim Ducks. If you have to say one or two things about them, what it will be?
Well, do you want to start off? Let's start off with giving them a grade, maybe. I would probably give them like a B- or a C+. I think the fact that they added Vetrano and Strome, I believe, that was good, but they're also losing Getzlav, which kind of hurts them a little bit. At the end of the year, they had a bit of a wholesale of changes. They lost a couple defensemen that were critical to their team. Overall, I'd say maybe a B-, a C+ at worst.
Yeah, for me, the off move for them, so be like they are with the new GM at Pat Verbeek. They're going to have
Yeah,
they add John Clamber, and for me, this is the big turnaround for that. Why? Because they're going to trade him at the trade deadline, get a first round pick and a prospect. So they did a couple of things. I think nobody talk about this, but Frank Vadrano now is with the Anaheim Ducks for the upcoming year, signed as a UFA. So overall, they
yeah,
was quiet. The salary cap is the lowest in NHL with Arizona, and then they are set up now for the upcoming year. But I think overall, and I'm Pat Verbeek are going to right direction. I don't give a lot of years to Dallas Higgins over there. I think it would be great. And for me, I don't think so will be there for long term. And then I would say I'm excited about this, not only Trevor Zegras, but Mason McDavid is going to be part of this new team. I can wait about this one. This CG talk about
yeah.
Kesslav is a
Yes,
big loss for sure.
absolutely, 100%, Steve.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Are you agree when I said that? A lot of people can say Kirby Dak could become a Rand Kesslav.
I think that's a little bit too ambitious. I don't see the same. I know it's early still, but I don't see the same kind of leadership skills in Doc that we saw in Getzlaff. I think Getzlaff brought more to the table than what Doc has to offer. But like I said, it's still early. He may develop into that. We have to be patient and see. But I don't think he'll ever duplicate the
For
kind
me,
of
I
years
love
that
it. I
Getzlaff.
really love this compare because if you look his number on the WHL and the WHL, you have almost the
Yeah,
same. If you look about his size, almost the same. If you look about his
yeah,
speed, almost the same. If you look about his end, almost the same. You look about his transition, it's almost the same. Now, I'm not saying he's going to have the same kind of career, but like when you like to compare a player like he can become, I think it could be the kind of player. He really focusing on Ren Kesslav to become that kind of player. So I'm not talking about the captain. I'm talking about the skill, like the way he performed. I think as a skater, I think he's a kind of player like this. And we'll be interested if he can reach that kind because I think he could be a great asset for the Montreal if he become that kind of player, Mr. Natap. And that's how we have to
he's
move
a
on to Los Angeles King.
quieter individual. Yeah, he's a quieter individual.
Yeah,
He's not
before
as
we talk
much of a
about the King,
leader
Mr.
as
Natal, we want to
Getzlaff.
welcome John Dedor. He's in the house. A Carl Reed
Hey, John, how's
in
it
the
going?
house. And
Carl,
Quebec
welcome.
Poutine for everybody is in the house. And that's
All
what we're
right, Poutine.
at this moment. And Mr. Natap, the King, one move you believe they did it right and you think they will help them.
What they did that was right. Well, if you, I mean, you have to take it back a couple of years. Like they've been slowly building towards something very positive. They're doing the right thing. Blake has really, gone the right way. This last year, I thought it was picking up Dano. This year, I think it's picking up Fiala. I think that those two will really solidify their top two lines. If I had to give them a grade for this off season, I'd probably say an A minus. I would give them. The only thing that kind of hurts a little bit is losing Dustin Brown. Again, you lose a quality guy that had that leadership skill, but it was inevitable. I mean, he's been around for a long time, and there's always a change of guards at some point. So um, I think they'll continue to do well. I think Kempe will step up as well, Adrian Kempe. Overall, I'd say about an A minus for LA.
Yeah, no, I think it was right about. I think like Kelly and Ron with King, Kelly and Steve G talk about the fact like they add Kevin Fiala is really the best move of the offseason for the Los Angeles King. And then Ron said about
100%.
Thursday is signed soon. I wonder is a trade coming soon for the Kings. So that's another one over there. King, yeah, so right. But
And
I'm not worried
hopefully,
about this. I think Thursday is going to be signed. Want to figure out over there. So that will be something to follow up about this. My brother was over today. He was Danny, Bobby, Jose on Zoom. They talk hockey. All right. Sound good like this. The next thing about this is the Calgary Flame is on tap.
Yeah, with the Flames, it was quite a whirlwind in my eyes. I think they banked on a little bit too much that they'd be very successful in re-signing Goudreau, um, and it sort of backfired on them a little bit. And then when that happened, we saw what happened with Matthew Tkachuk. So we saw immediately, the loss of two critical players to that organization, and it looked like this team might go south very quickly. But credit to the Treleving, because he did a great job in pulling off the trade with Florida, I think, in picking up Huberdeau and as well Uyghur. What we always forget in that equation as well is they also got a draft pick out of that and a prospect, which I don't know very much about, but the draft pick could turn out to be very critical down the years for them. They still have some excellent key players intact there. I think that they'll still be a playoff team, even though I've been saying all along I think they'll go down a little bit this year, but I still think they're a playoff team. Possibly could be a top wild card team. Their defense is solid. They still have Daryl Sutter, which to me is a definite plus. If I had to give them a grade, I would probably give them a B. A B.
Okay. We have a few comments here. First of all, welcome, John Garage. Thanks for being a part of the show. Some people are a little bit like they don't think they all did a good move about Bobby and someone else. I forget.
Yeah,
William said Flame got better by subtraction. Steve G said that the fully signed was good. Off-season move C+. One bad series with the Oilers. And, talking about this, let's go like this one over there. As Kedri was going to say cup experience, at least a Flame as Kedri experience about this one over there. And Quebec Poutine, we say we cannot answer your question. You're not in the subject about this one over there. We talk about the best move of season at Quebec, so I want to be sure we understand. Flame went from Ben inconsistency to be competitive, traveling pull a rabbit out. And that's what we have about this one. For me, I would say to you, that team is, if not equal, maybe better at what the people expect. I'm telling you right now, they're going to compete and they're going to have a 49W at the end of the year. Edmonton is going to be about 50 or 51. They're going to finish first. But Calgary is going to be second in that division. People thinking about Goudreau and Tkachuk, I think they're going to adapt another way. The aggressive of Tkachuk they don't have, but they have better on the middle and center. Wegar is going to become one of the top best defensemen over there. They're going to sign him the next couple of weeks. Expect this, Mr. Nortap. And I think overall, that team is, if not equal, maybe better for upcoming year. Again, the biggest problem is the Edmonton Oilers phase, and it's going to be another great Alberta 2.0 war for the upcoming year.
Yeah, we forget, look who's in that division as well. LA is there as well. So I still think I don't share the same optimism as you. I still think they're a good team, coach, but I just think they're not as good as last year. And simply because I think the players they lost weigh a little bit heavier than the players they got back.
Who has the more points this year, Goudreau or Huberdeau?
It'll be fairly even. I think it'll be Huberdeau, but
I'm telling you right now, Huberdeau's 100 point, Goudreau 80 to 85.
But you got to look at the whole picture, and it's not just one player for one player. Like I mentioned this before on the chat and also in the show as well. I think too many players last year on that team had a perfect year. And I just don't anticipate that they're going to have the same level again. And I start in net with Markstrom. I know you don't agree with that. I think he'll still be very good, but I just don't think he'll produce the kind of numbers he did last year. The defense last year, they avoided injuries, like it was part of the quiz last night or the night before. It was one of the teams that I think had, 22 injuries, days that they missed between all six of their starters. And so you got to hope for that again. You got to hope that Lindholm has another great year, that Toffoli continues to score 30 plus goals for you. I just think there's a lot on the table there, and I don't think that they'll be at the same level. I still would put Edmonton and possibly LA ahead of them.
At the end of the year, you're going to tell me again, our good coach, he was right again. But that is a subject for another time. A couple of people want to welcome back in the house. Andrew O'Connor, welcome. And Stu Peterson, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be a part of the show today. We have a lot of people talking about Huberdeau Goudreau. I love it. I love when the chat are focusing on the subject we talk about. So not that we have to hurry up. If not, we may be back tomorrow anyway. We can talk more about the team. And then we have Andy said the Flames can play on their own end better and spend less time on their own and then Columbus Blue Jacket. I'm so right about this. Edmonton Oilers, the best move of the summer, Mr. Enatap. And how do you qualify them?
Yeah, I think acquiring Campbell was good for them because it solidified their goaltending situation. And also, they're going to be bringing up Skinner, and they're going to put a lot of stock behind the fact that he's their solid backup goalie to Campbell. And that's very important because I still think right now that Campbell cannot give you more than about, I'd say, about 50 to 55 at the most games. I think you have to transition him well there. I expect, with Bouchard there, that'll be very good. They signed Kane, which was, another huge gamble in my eyes. But it's important because it gives them that balance with the first and the second line. Right, you don't always have to bring Draisaitl up and play with McDavid unless you really need to come from behind, and then at that point you would. What else can we say? I mean, they lost Duncan Keith. Obviously, that was good it was bad from a leadership perspective because he had that to offer, and he had a decent to good playoff run as well. But I mean, the game's passed them a little bit. They lost Cashin, which removes a little bit of their toughness, but they're still very good. I was kind of surprised that they haven't done anything with Puljujarvi yet. But overall, I'd give Edmonton maybe I'm going to go with a B-.
I like the fact they are better, stronger on the depth. They bring some players at the bottom six. That's what they need. And with Kane, they bring physicality for check. Evan Kane is a little bit older at Matthew Tkachuk does for the Florida Panthers now. He's the same kind of player. He scored 30 goal average, 28 goal per year. He's going to consider the same thing over there. He brings physicality if you need it. I think he play a role bigger and better at Zakia, whatever his last name, Cashin for them. And I think that's great asset for the Edmonton Oilers. Campbell Shaker between the pipe. Unfortunately, they're going to miss Duncan Keith on the defensive side. This may be this area have to get, but Nurse played with injury last season. Evan Bouchard is going to be maybe the best defenseman at the end of the year next year. And overall, I think that team will be number one in the Pacific Division. I don't see any problem with that part of it. And talking about number one, Mr. Natap, Zenith Gaming, Kayla, back in the house.
Hey, Zenith, welcome.
Next thing, Mr. Natap, let's move on to Seattle Kraken.
Seattle, I think had a very good off season. It was good that they added somebody like Andre Burakovsky to their team. That he had, I think, around 60 points this past season. So that's adding a positive piece to something that they were lacking, which was offense. Um, they, I think they'll have another good year out of Jarrett McCann as well. Their defense still needs a little bit of work, but you know what? Their defensemen are just slightly above average as an entire unit, and so I think that keep them in most of the games. The acquisition of Bjorkstrom, I thought, who also had about 50, 55, 60 points this year, is a huge acquisition from Columbus. So overall, and really there wasn't. I don't think there was much of a loss from their roster. So I would probably give them an A for what they did this summer.
Great. Top 5 best move team all summer. NHL draft pick was great. The signature they was good, and the trade was good. Buckstrom, Burakovsky, UFA, Justin Schultz, another one over there. Martin Jones, another one as a goaltender in case is something happening. So overall, that team good. Ron Fraser was bad last year, but this year he come back stronger, better. So that's a great one about this for there. Best move for the season is a draft Shane Wright. Francis woke up in the offseason. A great comment about this. Seattle best move is laying low. Seattle minus A1 for C. Thanks so much, guys, to put some comments about what we're talking about. First, a bit sick. I have a sad feeling Danny tonight will have an injury problem. They don't have a great chance. We'll go from there. Mr. Nata, the next thing we want to talk about is the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, is right. Like when I look back at it, I see this is almost the opposite of what I was talking about with Calgary. I see a team that overall, with the exception of maybe Demko, did not play up to their potential this year and also the exception of JT Miller, which in turn, signing him and deciding that he's part of their solution and not their problem was a good thing. I think he brings a lot to the table in terms of his leadership skills, but also his offensive skills. So that was great that they retained him. It was great that they retained Bruce Boudreau. He seems to have, a very calming effect and very humanistic approach with the players, and they tend to like playing for Boudreau. So that was obviously something that I would consider a positive. I thought adding Ilya Mikhailov from the Leafs to put him on the third line and to put him on, specifically penalty killing situations with his speed is something that will benefit Vancouver as well. Curtis Lazar didn't really, for me, doesn't move the needle too much, but I think that helps them in terms of depth. They're drafting. I'm not so sure yet. I hope that somebody like Jonathan Lekarmaki turns out to be good for them. Overall, I would probably give him a B.
Yeah, a lot of good comments here by the people. I put on this, them going to need a team. They pay too much for Mikheyev. I love this team. More I study them, more I'm getting more. They are maybe, Mr. Notap, the top best 5 NHL team as a center position. Yeah, Jilly Miller, 99 points. You have Elias Peterson, Mr. Notap, where is 40, almost 35 goals, 40 goals are coming here. They have BoOvat, center number 3 right now. Just give you an idea how they are deep. I think they are looking better like the Carolina Hurricane. Now, the problem, I don't say they are not like the same level, but the forward are more explosive at Carolina. Their defensive is a little bit questionable about, Quinn Hughes, and then you have Tyler Myers, and then you have UEL over there. But the forward guy is unbelievable. Mikheyev is going to be a great year over there. They have Bowser. They have a lot. The Russian is coming out, Kumenzo, whatever his last name. And they have Polzigan is going to have Alexander is going to be his second year. So this team is going to be great. Top person, Pearson is another one. So I think we're getting there better and better. And I think Vancouver is going to be better. What we think? Are you ready for the first set? Super chat, André Robert Drouin. He did it again. Super chat number one of the super chat. André did it. Reverse chop, chop, chop. Super chat, Mr. André did it again. Thanks so much for your super chat. We have some hype, some point, Mr. Nartap. Oh my God! And we want to thank Mr. André for his super chat for the first of the evening. Thanks so much. By the way, it's the first of the weekend and Friday night. We welcome you. How about this one over there? So, yeah, Vancouver, pretty good. Will be interesting. Another team is going to get better and better for the seasons coming. Booze Boudreau, Mr. Nartap, bring the team in the playoffs.
They just can't rely on Demko too much. I mean, last year he just had to pull a rabbit out of the hat almost every single game.
A lot of people talk about JD Miller. I don't think so, Kelly. I think Mikheyev is going to have his best year in NHL at this moment. He's not going to be behind and play only on the third line. He's going to be top six over there. He bring more he was stuck in the ladder in Toronto. Now you're going to see the Mikheyev. I believe he's going to be 20 goals this season for them. Canucks could be offensive powerhouse, but needs some shoring up the absolutely right about this. I think Demko could maybe stop more puck and that helping them about this. But great point about this. André Robert Drouin, thanks so much again for your super chat. Demko did not hit the defensive problem. Vancouver has no direction up the man officer and hurt the draft club about this one over there from Andre. Vancouver make a very smart move getting JD Miller. And chop. Person the 4-line not step about this and up top reverse getting better. Here we go. They will pay attention to you dance. And Philly Sport Talk podcast is in the house tonight. You're absolutely right, Philly. No playoff for your team. Mr. Butch Bouchard, welcome aboard. Could you please post email address, Coach Frenchy? I charge my email address. I cannot lock email address. Thank you. You're welcome. Not a problem. Go to it and leave me about 2 seconds. I'm going to give another team for Nartap so I can do something else. Vegas, Mr. Nartap.
Viva Las Vegas. Here we go. Always a team that's not lacking in excitement. We started off with DeBoer getting fired, which, many people said that was a good thing, especially with the way the situation was handled with Leonard. Then, the fact that they picked up Bruce Cassidy, I thought was a definite plus and should help the team. I think he brings a lot more to the table than probably DeBoer. He brings also much more structure, and I think a little bit more respect from the players as well. They had some key losses. I think, like, obviously the first one they lost was Dadonov to Montreal. They had to do that for salary cap purposes. They lost Pacioretty as well to Carolina. Who else did they lose? Janmark,
a defenseman.
That's right. Coughlin and Matthias Janmark. So all because of the way they handled their salary cap situation. So it's not a very good managed team, especially with the cap. I think that the worst thing that happened to them is that they had that first year that brought them right to the Stanley Cup Finals. And that became sort of their bar that they set. And they're trying to always constantly meet it with a bandage solution by bringing in key players. So we'll see this year. Do guys like Jack Eichel step up? Does William Karlsson come back and have a good season? I mean, last year it wasn't a bad season, but it wasn't what they expected out of Karlsson. Can Mark Stone stay healthy? The goaltending situation. I know they picked up Aiden Hill. That doesn't. That's not a bad thing, but still, I don't know if it addresses the situation. They're going to have to hope that Thompson really comes through for them. And they're still, if you look at their salary cap, they still have some problems that they need to address. So I would give them probably. I'll go with a C.
I think the best resume of this was Bobby said question mark. I think that's the best thing to describe them. They have $10 million Vegas right now, 92. But I'm not worried about the salary cap because they have Weber over there at 7.8 and going to have Leonard missing a tap at 5 million. So they are fine about the salary cap, like they are under. So that's the first thing. They have to sign Nicolas Hag. Here the question mark for me. This team is all about Jack Eichel now. So if Eichel it continues to be what they expect, I think there will be better chance to make the playoff. But if they have a strong now, Phil Kessel become a guy who can be add. The problem for the Vegas, they never have a great power play. Cassidy is recognized as a great coach as a power play. Look, Boston, what they did. I know they have Bergeron, Basnak, everything like that, McEnroy. But they have Sean Theodore there. They have a lot of assets they can turn around that power play. And the power play of Vegas increasing at 23%, like for what they are. I think that thing would be better what we think about this. I'm not too much worried about, I'm worried about goalies, but it's not end of the world. I think Thompson is going to become another great, good goaltender in NHL. So for me, it's more about a question mark. Can they stay healthy? Can Jack Eichel play the level he should be? Can Patrick Jalot become the one we expect him night after night? The Sean Theodore play the same level, and then the rest, the Riley Smith, the Marshall. So, and another question mark, the Carlson. Carlson have a really bad year. Chancellor Sevens have a great year over there. So we've been a team to follow up for sure, but it's a team right now, you cannot consider them the top two in the best six division at this moment.
No, but I still believe, unless they get a lot of injuries again, I still believe that this could be a playoff team and should be a playoff team. The other thing is if they manage to put anybody on the LTIR, I could see them still moving for a goalie and trying to acquire another goalie, especially if they see that things aren't working out with Aiden Hill or Thompson, one of the two, then they could still go fishing.
Yeah, and we did not talk about Mike Stone, by the way. And to Andrew,
I did.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tap. Andrew O'Connor, we're going to answer to your question about 3 minutes. If you're not tap, go faster. Then we're going to get there for Colorado. About this one over there. San Jose, Mr. Tap, the shock very quickly about this. We know all they are. They will be at the bottom 5. Nothing honestly excited to if you are San Jose Sharks. Sorry, Micro Love, we love you, but not looking good over there for right now.
No, it's rebuilding for them. I think there was a good move to bring in Mike Greer as their new GM. David Quinn as head coach. They lost Burns, which is going to also hurt them because he was a steady player for them for many years. And not to mention a leader. Carlson is still a problem. They have to solve some salary cap issues, and they have to find a way to strip this down and build from the bottom. The good thing is they do have some key players on the team that I think will help them. They drafted. I thought they drafted fairly well. They got guys like Bysted and Cameron Lund, and I think that'll go a long way to help them out. But overall, I'd probably give them a D. for this
Yeah,
summer.
I'm not going. You know, what I mean, like they have too many things. I think the biggest thing, of course, is the sign the contract for Timo Meyer, right? They signed Thomas
Yeah,
Erdo last year, right? So Meyer is going to be
Hurdle.
the one over there, uh, and it will be interesting to see that. I give you a choice, Mr. Natap. Can we stay in the Western Conference complete? I think we're going to go. That's
Yeah, sure,
or you want
sure.
to go to Eastern Division
No,
or the
no.
Metropolitan
Let's finish off the West.
on the Central? All right. Central Division, let's start it with Colorado. And, oops, sorry about this. Let's start it with Chicago Blackhawks. The Bear, he's going to be fine anyway in that shot.
Yeah,
Um, Chicago.
Chicago. I I mean, basically, I'm going to give them an F, just because I think they're not even keeping it. They're making it very overt that they're trying to tank this year and try to pick up as many draft picks as possible. To give guys away like Doc and DeBrincat for basically very little, if anything, is really difficult to swallow. You now have both Tays and Kane that are going to be looking to get out because they're not part of that rebuilding situation. Um, Kyle Davidson's still new as a GM, so you wonder what kind of job they'll do down the road. But I like the fact that they picked up Luke Richardson because he will be good with the young kids that they start acquiring through the draft. And they picked up some key players in the draft this year as well. So if they do that again this year, I could see them being in a good position. But for what they did this summer and what's going on, I would say an F.
Yep, so right. MSU Detroit fan, welcome at the house. Thanks to be a part of the show today. Listen, we at the beginning he got criticized a lot, Davidson, when he tried to bring Cat and Kirby Dak, but he picked up three good solid pick on the draft, NHL draft to 2022. They're going to have Chicago Blackhawks again for the draft next year. They have another one, and then they're going to trade Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tays. That will give them two other and the draft NHL draft 2023. So, in 2 years, Mr. Notab, they can have five solid, great player in NHL in the next 3 years. And it's a little bit long process for them, but they're going to turn around the right way. Now, that said, they did very well in the off season. But I think with what they got, it turned around everything. They did pretty good to have a good brings great young asset in this organization for sure. But again, it's going to be a long term, and the next move will be interesting what they get in return for Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tays for sure. And do you believe Timo Meyer is going to resign with the Sharks or going to be traded? By the way,
Well, the other night I was saying that there's a lot of rumor and talk that they're uh, they're looking to possibly trade him just to help bring some assets they're in their direction in San Jose, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I know he's a very good player, and I think we haven't seen the ceiling yet for him. I think there's a lot more that he has to give. But if you're looking to rebuild quickly and acquire some key assets, prospects, and draft picks, this might be the direction that they have to go.
yeah. Sorry, I answer to maybe Butch reload the show first of all. Secondly, check your volume of your computer. Maybe on mute, or maybe you click on the mute on the YouTube channel. On the YouTube at the bottom of the screen, possible. So you have three options there: reload the show, then check your volume of the computer or your phone, check the volume, you maybe you mute the YouTube channel. So that's maybe the best way to get there. What maybe in the future the Red Wing Blackhawks are going, but until the show is going to defend Pat, I absolutely right about this for the Detroit. The next thing is the Colorado Avalanche, Mr. Natap, and we have a question from Andrew O'Connor before we start. Do you believe Francouz Georgiev are the right goaltender, and do you trust Francouz to be number one at Georgiev? What do you think he's going to do for the upcoming year?
Well, if Georgiev works out, I think that'll be excellent. I think Francouz is very reliable. I wouldn't put him in an elite category, but I think he's a very good goaltender. And Georgiev, I've seen in the past that when he does get the volume of work, that his stats are better than what they were with the Rangers when Shesterkin was getting the bulk of the work. So it'll be interesting. I think with Colorado they have so much depth that their goaltending doesn't have to be A1, if you know what I mean. It just has to be good to very good, I would say, and they can still produce offensively. So it doesn't have to be at that level. No.
Yep, so right about this. We want to welcome Roger Delaney and Butch Bouchard from
Hey,
Vermont.
Roger.
Welcome
Butch,
back,
how's it going?
Roger and Butch, two great supporter of the Hockey Nation Live show for sure. And Colorado overall, Mr. Natap, what do you think about the off move overall?
Well, like we said, we're sort of worried a little bit about the center position, whether some players are ready to move up and take over for Kadri, since they lost Kadri. That was a bit of it was a big loss for them. They lost Burakovsky as well, which will hurt. But this is a team that has a lot of depth, I believe, coach. And, we forget that they added to that depth at trade deadline time, when they picked up, guys like Lehkonen, who's very versatile. He's a great utility player. He can play on any line of the four, and he can play on the specialty teams. Well, maybe not so much power play, but definitely penalty killing. And he's got so much to give. Like, this guy is very good. Manson as well. The contract was a positive. So overall, I'd probably give him a B, just because they probably lost a little bit more than what they gained, but they have so much depth that, like, look at their defense. Like, I'd probably rank them number one defensively with the core of players that they have on defense in the league.
Yeah. Listen, this is a team right now built for the present. So I'm talking about the year last year. They gave a lot of prospect. Their prospect is really low, maybe the worst in the NHL right now. At least 30, 31, 32 on the NHL prospect on the classification ranking. And then, but they really believe right now it's right now. So they did very well. They signed Manson. They signed Lehkonen. They believe they don't need a goaltender standard like a $6, $7, $8 million. They think they can survive with what they got. I know they lost a couple of pieces of the puzzle, Kadri and Burakovsky. They still believe Comfort and New Hook are going to be fine with that part over there for sure. And then for me is all about the next move. How much money McKinnon is going to get next year. This will be something interesting to follow for the next couple of weeks and month, how he's going to get for the upcoming, because you have to resign a new contract. And you're absolutely right. I give you the same kind of the degree. Overall was great. Joe Sakic removed as the GM now. He's the president of the hockey team, and McFarland is the new GM of the Colorado Avalanche. Steve, I agree with you. Great senator. Butch Bouchard, to answer to your answer. No, it's not true about Sarkozy doesn't want to play Laval. Yes and no. Yes, because he wants to stay with the Montreal Canadiens, but if he cannot stay there, it's not a problem for him to go to the Laval Rockets. So it's not a big problem about this one over there. I think people are downplay Avalanche Golden Day match. Have the big downgrade in the net. Losing Kadri will make its friend and their play, I believe, Bobby. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I was happy for the Maple Leaf at one rivalry return. All right. Mr. SK Blade is in the house. Thanks so much, SK. Thanks to be a part of the show. Dominic G, welcome aboard. I think it's the first time. I'll take Senator finish second and the division and play the lead in the round one. Hold on. Hot take, Dominic G. Senator finished second and played the lead in first round. So the Toronto Maple Leafs have to play third. Have to finish third for that one. Whew. Whew.
I think the Leafs finish first in
Dominic,
that division.
first of all, everything is possible, right? But if you're right, we're going to bring you back next year in April. Or
It's okay.
coming back in April, say, coach, I told you in September 12 that Ottawa's going to fee. Now,
You
Dominic,
could be
you said,
right. You could be right.
yeah, but
Coach and I predicted the Islanders to win the cup last year.
but Dominic, it could be another one where maybe not that way, but said, do you believe Ottawa's going to be finished in front of Toronto Maple Leaf? I think that would be a good one too. But it's fun to see that, Dominic. Thanks to your comments. That's great. The Colorado fan thought losing Robert will kill them, but it's okay. They won. And then when we compare, Colorado is very the lead team. They would be hard to play again. Rick Kane is in the house.
It's just so hard to repeat as Stanley Cup champions nowadays. That's my only concern. But you're right. They're a solid team to be contended with.
Manu76, welcome aboard. Thanks for being part. Don't forget to click on the likes. He said that the direct play for the year with Montreal, it makes 50 points. Yes or no?
Let's talk about that when we get to Montreal. Stay on topic.
Yeah, but just give me an answer, yes or no.
Will he score more than 50 points?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's going to be playing second line, so that's the difference. He didn't, and he had the injuries too this year.
No.
Provided he stays there. Yes.
And what about that goal and assist?
That goals and assists. I'd say about 15 goals, 25 assists.
All right. I don't talk. Dallas Star.
Why not, Coach?
Because we have to stay on the subject.
Oh, now we stay on the subject. Okay. Well, Dallas here, they went out there and they hired retread Mr. DeBoer and passed on some probably splashier opportunities that they had. They are also a bit in a predicament in the sense that they're doing a good job of bringing in some key players, and they do have them, like the Robertsons and the Rupee Hintz, and I think Heiskanen is solid. Their goaltending situation with Ottinger is solid as well. That's not the problem. The problem is they're transitioning between these veterans that are no longer producing at the level that they used to and are really taking up a lot of their salary cap situation, and the young kids that are moving forward. So unless Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin really step up this year to help this team out, it's going to be difficult for them to make the playoffs, I believe. This year they got in as a wild card, and that's what I anticipated. But they were very, very inconsistent. They had a good playoff, even though they lost in the first round. They had an excellent playoff, actually. But again, their problem was trying to get goals. So I would give them a C for what they did over the summer. They did sign Marchment, which I think will help, but it was at $4.5 million. So I don't know. Yeah, everybody will have their own opinion on whether that was too much or just right.
Yeah, there are a couple of things I want to mention to you. The most important thing for me is that it all depends. Like we talk about Jack Eichel and Vegas. For me, it's Tyler Seguin. Seguin as a center number 2, need to get about 50 to 60 points to bring that team to the next level. We have other key we don't talk. I think Pavelski have to see the same at 38 years old if he can perform the same level he did, and Jason Robinson is contract. But I want to talk about three player Mason Marshman. Can he repeat what he did with the Florida Panthers? Is it just a 1 year, or he's going to get another 20, almost 20 goals per year? But two young players. I want to talk about Maverick Burke and Logan Stankoven. Two excellent players play for Team Canada at some point. I think they could add more depth inside of Dallas Star. But again, it's a team right now are in the division where they maybe find a way, but not good enough to make the playoff for the upcoming year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we want to welcome Nicolas de Gobi-Bono. Welcome back in the house. I think people don't give credit, coach, as much credit I deserve. The same Marshman or Tenger, they seem to always make the playoff the last few years. Yeah, they became short at some point. Sometimes it's the inconsistency behind the bench for Rick Browness and the team. Great at home, bad on the road. Great power play at home, bad on the road. So it's a play like this. Now, what's the impact without John Klemberg? That's a big thing to see. Mikko Eskinen is an excellent defenseman who become the maybe top 8 best defenseman in NHL. But again, is the team is not getting younger. They're still older with Seguin, Ben, and Ryan Sutter over there, Lendell. We know who they are. It's just if Peter Dobert can bring that team to the next level, and it will be interesting to follow them for sure. Overall, if we don't follow you,
those are moves that the general manager makes, right? It's not. I mean, the coach has some say in some of these signings, but it's mostly in the hands of the general manager.
Yeah, and we lost. Of course, they lost Radanov. He left the building about this one over there for sure. Let's move on quicker, and then we're going to finish with. Oh, we still have 4 more teams. Jesus! All right, Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg to me is in the last couple of years have been a real, enigma for me. I think that they need to address bigger issues than their personnel, and I think it's the chemistry that they have in the locker room. I think that there's some bad apples in there that are probably causing a lot of the problems. They cannot rely on Hellebuck to keep bailing them out. And we saw that this year he had a very good year, but he didn't have a great year like he traditionally has. And part of it was because he had a substandard defensive group ahead of him. They didn't make any real moves to solidify the defensive positioning. Then they had the whole Pierre-Luc Dubois thing come up. We saw some of the comments that Blake Wheeler made. Scheifele's been Scheifele all year long. When things are going well, he's good. When things are not going well, he's looking around the room to point the finger to somebody else. So they have some major things to do there to sort of bring him back to the level that they need to be. They have some very good talent, and they have guys like Perfetti that's coming up through the system as well. And I think that that'll help immensely. But when the coach last year bails on him after a couple months, that tells a big story in my eyes.
Yep. So about this, we want to welcome the Asian Baron. He's in the house. There are a lot of things over there. I can talk forever with that part over there. And the people talk about Cheval Day Off and then talk about they have a lot of things that's no turn around to hell. I think right now, Cheval Day Off, it reminds me a lot Marc Bergevin around that is stuff for the top and go all the way to the bottom. And the bottom is not looking good in the locker room. And then they fire, Paul Maurice left. They bring a coach. Now, they don't it's rare you don't get your head coach interim. You don't get him. Usually, you keep him. I know Florida did the same thing, but it's it's a lot of things inside that team. We don't know the identity. All the bad publicity they got at the offseason when Sheffley want to leave. They don't know what they're going to do with Blake Wheeler was supposed to be traded. And this is all about, it's a roller coaster over there, honestly. And you talk about the team don't have no direction. It's another one over there. I talk about San Jose Sharks, Chicago Blackhawks. I don't say the level of talent they have. It's just like we don't know where they want to be or they want to become. It's really hard to read them, honestly, for that part over there. And the one question it was coming earlier is, do you think the signature Ottinger is not better or stronger? But let me read this one from Ron. Are more important as sitting over Robinson?
I think they're both critical. I'll be
Yeah.
totally honest with you. I think they need both of those guys for different reasons, and they're both young, so they bring that consistency to the team and they solidify their positions. So I think they're both very critical that they get them signed. Well, one of them they did already, but Ottinger, but
You're absolutely right
Robertson
about this one
should
of
be
them. And
around
welcome,
the
Mr.
corner.
Carl Reed is on the house, Mr. Natap. Sorry, I cut you.
Hey, Carl.
Arizona Coyotes, I give you 1 minute.
I'll give them a D, just simply because they had a good draft. I thought anytime you could pick up a quality player like Logan Cooley, that gives reason for optimism in Arizona. But they're going to go through another tough year, especially playing out of.
Money!
Uh,
Money!
are you okay, Coach? You know what? They've acquired a lot of picks, and I think this year they have in the first 2 or 3 rounds for the next 2 years. They have, I think, 7 or 8 picks in the first two rounds. So I think they're headed in the right direction, but playing, like I said, not having really a home that they're playing out of, they need to address this arena issue. I think eventually, and I've been saying it for a while, if things don't go well in Toronto, I can see our friend Mr. Matthews landing in Arizona back home, and he will be used to market this team to the hilt. And once they have an arena and they have Matthews, and they have a whole bunch of great young players, this team will start moving in the right direction.
The problem, Bobby, is because Carrie Bettman doesn't want to give anything to Quebec City. That's the biggest problem over there. And if ever the Coyotes was moving, they would stay in USA because of TV purpose, Bobby. So I don't see this about this. Listen,
Yeah.
the process of building, right, Mr. Nortap, it takes a long time. It's just Arizona doing the right things. It's just a little bit longer because a lot of things was wrong over there. And, now the new ring and everything, it's still not properly the right way. But Armstrong does a great job over there. You have a right coach over there. He signed a couple of great, not signed, but he draft a couple of players. Great. Logan Cole is one of them. And then after that, they got now for security Larson Cruz for the next couple of years. They will have to do the same thing with Clinton, Keller. They have a couple of great players. Jacob Chikran has become more a saga to anything else. And then the goaltender, Melka, it was pretty good overall. But again, patience is the key over there. You have to wait again 3 more years. You have another 2 great round pick next season. And it will be interesting what they're going to do after that. But I would not give them a bad note for him. I would say only C possible. But he does the right things, honestly, overall for them. Minnesota.
Yeah, the Wild, I think they're starting to suffer now. We knew that the 2 contracts of Stastny and who was the other player? Stastny and
I'm sorry?
who were the 2 players that they bought out? Stastny and
Sutter. You talk about Minnesota? Sutter and
yeah,
Parise.
and Parisi. That's right. We knew that at some point this would come back and haunt them a little bit, and I think this is the first year that we'll see that. They had a very strong goaltending situation with both Fleury and Talbot. Now they've lost Talbot as well, so I don't know if Fleury alone can do it. They're going to have to hope that they get some key plays and wins out of their backup situation. They have uh, they lost a little bit of toughness when they lost to Laurier, and I think that that'll be a problem for them as well. I still think they're a very, very strong team. Like they have some excellent players in guys like Zuccarello, Kaprasov. These guys will definitely produce again like they did last year. But overall, I'd probably give them maybe a D plus, maybe a C minus at the best. I just thought that they lost more than they gained over the summer.
Um, um,
Their
yes and no.
drafting was good. Their
Uh,
drafting was good.
they are the top best team in NHL as a prospect, Mr. Notap. So that first thing you have to give him credit
Yeah,
about this one over there.
yeah. Their drafting was solid.
Yeah.
Like they picked up Olgren and Urov. Like those are key players. I think that will work out for them.
And then the backup is Philip Gustafsson, only 24 years old, a great prospect goalie in NHL. He was with Ottawa Senators. So I think overall they get a younger goalies behind Fleury. So I think it was a good move. They are right now on the transition. They're waiting for Wildstead, Mr. Notap. So for me, this was a
Yeah,
good one over there. And then again, you have to give them. They signed Sam Steele, but for them they don't lose a lot. Okay, Fiala they lose it, but Boldy is going to get is going to become the
he's
Fiala
going to
for them,
step up. Yep,
right?
yep.
Marco Ruzzi is going to be the next rookie of the year for them. And then they have the defenseman Cam Addison or Callan. I call him Cam, but it's Callan Addison because Carson Lambeau is another defenseman over there. So that team overall, I think they did pretty good. They draft again very well. I think you're hard when you put them D with what they are. Bill Guerin does a great job over there. It's a team always everybody never talk about, but they always performing. And the way they play with Dean Everson, that will be third in the playoff, third in the Central. They're going to make the playoff, and I think they'll be fine overall.
Yeah, their biggest mountain is going to be St. Louis, right? Because it looks like they might have to match up with them, and for whatever reason, they can't beat St. Louis. So that's where their situation lies at.
Will Fleury play 61 game? He hit 1,000 game play this season. No.
No, I don't think so.
Charles Olivier Terrien is in the house. Salut mon homme. Merci Charles d'être avec nous. Il est de retour de live. And on that, we're going to wrap, guys. We tried to get the show done in 15 minutes. So let's move on with the Nashville Predator, Mr. Nortap. And then we're going to finish
Yeah,
with the St. Louis Blues.
with St. Louis. Okay, so I think David Poyle did I mean, he did the first thing very, very well, and that was to address the signing of Philip Forsberg over the summer. I think that was critical. They signed him for the long haul at 8 years, so that was great. I thought another great acquisition for them was to pick up Niederreiter. I thought it was an affordable contract as well. Um, they they have a decent defense, very good defense, but they went out and got even though he's a little bit older, Ryan McDonough, and I think that can only help if not from his defensive play, also from his leadership skills, and he's also been on a couple of Stanley Cup wins. What did they lose? They lost Nick Cousins, who else? Benning, and Luke Conan. Overall, I thought it was great. I'd probably give him an A minus.
I think they did very well overall. They add more at what they lose, honestly, and they give a contract to Jeremy Lauzon. They got Lankinen, goaltender, versus Dave Riddich. Let it go. Sarah's going to be carrying on 55 game anyway. I think McDonough is going to do the same role he did behind Edmund. He's going the same thing with Roman Ozzy. I think overall Nashville does not give enough credit for what he did during the summer. It will be interesting. They gave also a contract to the head coach, by the way, over there. So B plus for the
Yes, yes.
Predator for Forsberg and the Raider. I agree with you about this. To get near the Raider, it's at a 20 goal average. Third line, Mr. Notap, it would be solid. If you think about this, his third line, you can mix Tomasino, Tovenen, Trenin, Janot, and then at the bottom, McCarron, a full line. So you still have a couple of good players for that one over there. It would be interesting now. Can Shine repeat what he did? Can Hohenson repeat what he did? Greenland can accomplish what they are. And the problem with that one over there, there are a lot of 30 years old. The top best 5 players forward, they are almost 30 years old, 31 years old. So
That's right.
about this. So it'll be interesting. I hope Nashville maintain their attacking philosophy as a team. You're absolutely right. Great comments about this, William. Tomasino will have another great year also. Yeah, 14 goal last season, but I think he's going to get better and better. Last one, Mr. Natap, and it's a St. Louis Blues.
St. Louis Blues. What did they lose? They lost, well, Perron they lost, which I thought, could hurt him. I know every year I'm about to say, I think, he's reached his peak, but this guy seems to get better just like wine as he ages. And he's great on the power play. So they'll miss that a little bit, I think. They lost, obviously, the big thing is losing Husso. Because now they have to really rely on Binnington to hold the fort. And you could get vintage Binnington, like the year he won the cup, or you could get what we were seeing at the beginning of the year last year, and that's why Husso took over, which was a substandard version of Binnington, right? So that's really their biggest thing. I think the signings they made were very good. Some of the players they re-signed, like Thomas and I believe Jordan Kyrou as well, Buskevich as well. So, overall, not too bad because they have that depth, even though they lost a couple players. I'd maybe give them a B minus.
Yeah. Bennington need to play the regular season like he's playing the playoff. Yes, absolutely about this. I don't know, Etona, you're talking about the Nashville. Nashville is Lankinen, and the goaltender backup is Thomas Grease for the St. Louis Blues. Listen, people talk about Perron out, right? But when you have O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Shan, Pushnevit, Brendan Saad, Jordan Kiro, and then Robert Thomas right there. I'm talking about 7 forward compared to the top 6 over there. You don't go to losing lot Perron like the people are thinking about him. He's going to be fine with what they have. And then you can add, of course, even Barbashev if you want to. The defenseman is solid from the top to the bottom. Bennington can be a goaltender about 9.9125 and a 2.70. I think they're going to be great about this one over there. They have a PTO for Tyler Pitlick. That's not changed a lot. But 2 players I want to talk about you, Zachary Bolduc and Jake Neighbors. 2 player prospect, the top prospect over there. Maybe one or two can make the NHL. Would be interesting. I don't see... I see them still, and then we don't talk about Kim Costin could be joining the team at some point. I still believe they're going to be the second best team in the Central Division.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So a lot of people question about Bennington's situation, but I think they'll be fine overall about this one over there. That's complete, guys, the West Division. What about Atlantic? But Mr. Notab, you have to come back tomorrow night.
Okay, we'll do it.
We're going to talk about Atlantic Division tomorrow, guys. So it's just take too long time. We can do this quicker, faster, better, but we prefer to give you more, a deeper continents about each team and just not say, hey, plus A, they add one move and that's it. I think, Mr. Nota, the way we did it, it was better properly. And I think overall it was good to see that over there. So thank you so much for each one of you. If you have any question right now, or anything you want to add, please don't forget to click on it. The quiz coming very soon. Yann, stay right here. Don't go nowhere. Will Fleury pay please 61 game, Mr. Notap?
I think we answered that one. No, I don't think so.
Right. Let's see if we have can we trade Batman to Winnipeg, coach? Can we put him on the retire? That would be the best way to answer that one over there. They should on that one of the game. I just tried to look about the question we did not get if we miss a couple of plays. I think we did pretty good overall. Mr. Natap, I think it will be the end of that one over there. Look like everybody. Don't forget, guys, if you leave the building before we done here, click on the like. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. That it's time to go where, Mr. Natap?
The quiz time? Is it quiz time already?
It's a Frenchy quiz, Mr. Natap. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
Coach, comment
No,
on
I'm
your
not.
show from Thailand. It's flawless. It's seamless. I love it. You could be on the moon. I would not know. Thanks so much, William. Very kind of you. We really appreciate about this one there. Mr. Natap, we'll go to the Frenchy quiz. Question for you.
Already.
Yeah, the question, but it's not part of the game, but did you win a contest so far year number 3?
I thought so. I was tied with somebody.
You tied the game yesterday. You have 0.5, Mr. Natap.
Can I ask a question, Coach? Why did you go 2, 1, and then a half? Why not 3, 2, 1?
And because the half could make its friend sometime. So that's the reason. And then, I listening a lot, deal with Smith verification. They are really the one work a lot with the warm-up show. And there's still negotiation right now with them for that show. But that's the reason we go that direction. It's a little bit more the half. Really important at the end. I predict someone's going to win with a 0.5 at the end of the year number 3, Mr. Natap.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Big difference between trailed by 0.5 and 1 mentally. That's make a big difference, Mr. Natap.
Oh my God! Sure.
Are you ready, Mr. Natap?
Never. But tonight, go ahead, Coach.
Tonight, we are talking about the Detroit Red Wings, Mr. Natap. Yesterday was the Calgary Flame. Tonight is about the Flame. Are you ready?
I hope so.
We will. Here we go. The Detroit Red Wings played 2 seasons with 84 games in regular season. How many players play at least one of the 2 the full 84 game season? 0 players, 1 players, 2 players, 3 players, and 4 and more. The players count only for 1 if he did both, or if it's happening. If it's not happening, honestly, so it's not like count for 2 if you did 84 games twice. Does it make sense, Mr. Natap?
I'm still trying to read it and make sense out of it.
Here we go.
How many players played at least 1 or 2 full seasons?
Nicolas, Bobby, Andy, Ron, Chicago, Jose, Danny. We have Danny, Kelly, Yan, Zenit, Danny, Mark, Stu, Mr. Natap. You are on the spot, and you give us the right one and the wrong one.
I'm gonna go with. Can't be too high. I'm gonna go with C.
C. And who are they, if they are right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing.
Oh my God!
But you are right, Mr. Natap. You're absolutely right. Nicholas Lindstrom is the only one did both season 84 game, and the next player is Steve Eiserman. Played the second year, 1993, 94, 84 game. We have a couple of people, Chicago Blackhawks, Bobby, Yan, I believe is Nicolas, and then in our top, take the lead with 1 good answer. Congratulations for each one of you. And question number 2 of the night. And the Detroit Red Wings history. How many players, Mr. Natap, have over 1,000 minutes of a penalty? 10 of them, 12 of them, 14 of them, 16 of them, or 18 of them, 1,000 minute penalty.
1,000. Oh my goodness. 1,000 minutes.
Here we go. Let's start with Chicago Bear. Go with B. Can you go score twice? So be interesting. No, coach, I got one. Thanks to Nicolas, Danny. RJ A. Yann Jeanette B. Oh, whoa. Marco Marlarabi back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right, RJ, Yann, Gérard, Bosco, thanks for your answer. Jose Duarte, Bobby, Marco, Nicolas, 16 for Manor, Kelly, Stu, Ron, Luc, Eternel, Danny, Zenith, Mark, John, Andy, and Vinny. Mr. Nartap, what do you think?
I don't think it's too many. I'm debating between A and B. I'm going to go with A, 10.
All right. Let me check what we have here to be sure I got everybody.
I would have even thought lower than 10, but...
Oh my God!
The answer, Mr. Natap, is A.
A, okay.
Here we go. 2 and 2, Mr. Natap. You take the lead with 2 good answers, Mr. Natap. You're the only one taking a good. RJ, Gérard, Zenit, Mark Rabinowitz, and we have John Theodore score a goal. And we have about 9 players have 1 goal so far, and 2 good answers. Only one, Mr. Natap. Here we go. Easy one. And the Detroit Red Wing history. How many players play 15 seasons and more in 915 games and more with the team? 10 of them. Under, over, or exact. The question is, how many players play 15 seasons with 950 games and more?
Wow, okay.
Kelly, Nat, welcome back. Danny, got you. RJ, got you. Nicolas, got you. Marco, I got you. Ron with King, I got you. Andy, Yann Gianès, Stu PSO, Gérard Bosco, I got you. Then we have Bobby back at the nuts. I got you. Mr. Nartap. Luc Lafortune back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Luc Lafortune is in the house tonight.
Luke.
Luc is back,
Welcome
ladies
aboard.
and gentlemen. And I missed one, Mr. Nartap. Let me check. And Mark, Vinny, John, Zenit, and go with that. And Mr. Nartap.
I think I'm going to go with C here, exact.
Oh my God!
Can you go 3 and 3, Mr. Nartap? And did he did it or not? No, he did not. It's A, Mr. Nartap. And then Blackhawks or the Bear have 2. Bobby got 2. Yann Genet is at 2. Nartap at 2. Gérald Busco is at 2. But we have other players. Ron with King, Andy, Eternal, John Taylor, and Ron with Kings. And they are right now at 1. With other players like RJ and Danny T are the winner of that one over there. So let's move on. Question number 4, Mr. Nartap. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Still in the lead, Mr. Nartap. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I thought you were going to throw us an exact there.
From this list, which player has the most minute opportunity and the Red Wing history? From this list, not on the everywhere. Steve Eisenman, Gary Berkman, Brent Watson, Rhett Larson, or Brendan Shannon. Which one of the 5 players we mentioned have the most minute penalty and the history of the Red Wings? Here we go.
Their history, yeah.
Coach Danny said C. Yeah, the answer is A, Kelly. RJ said D. We have Nicolas A. E. Yann A. Kelly. Thank you, both of you. Around with Kings B. Stu, Jose, Chicago, Gerald, Zenit. Yeah, Danny, you got only one so far anyway. Marco, John Taylor, Andy Kuivula. Danny, Mark Rabinowitz, Kelly, Luke Laforson, Vinny 007, thanks so much. And Mr. Enartap, you are right now the next one.
Yeah, I'm just debating which of the two answers to go with. I'm gonna go with D. Reed Larson.
Yep.
But I have a sneaky suspicion it could be B. Bergman, but I'm gonna stick with Larson.
You go with Larson.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
The answer, Mr. Natap, is you're absolutely right.
Okay.
You take the lead at 3, but Mr. Blackhawks take, of course, another good answer. It joined you as the number 1 on the top of the leaderboard with you. We are the only 2 players right now have the most 3 answers so far. Congratulations, both of them. One more to go, ladies and gentlemen. One more to go. Steve Eiserman, only as a hockey player, does not count as general manager. How many different individual trophy he won in a Stanley Cup count? How many different individual trophy he won in a Stanley Cup count? So if he won 2 times the Stanley Cup, that counts for 2. Does it make sense?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
And plus other individual awards.
Yes. If you win the, I don't know, the Lady Bank 3 times, that's count for 3.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So what we have here, Nicolas, RJ, Kelly, Luc, Yann, Jose, Marco, Ron with King, Stu, Danny, and Chicago. Oof, a lot of here. Gerard, thanks so much. John Taylor, Bobby, thank you. And Mark Rabinowitz, Bobby, got it. Andy Kuivula, thank you. Mr. Naftap, you are the one right now. And hold on, I want to finish this. Vinny, thank you. And hold on. And then Mr. Vinny got it. I got D, and Internet got C. And then Bear Chen is answer. Now, if you are right, that give you only 0.5, by the way, Mr. Chicago. The DeLewitt Smith does not give any credit for you, by the way. And Mr. Naftap, so now Chicago Bear go with C. And that's what we got so far.
Well, it'd be the smart thing for me to go with C as well, because it would ensure that we either both lose or both win.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I was debating how many cups he won. I think he won just 3 cups. So yeah, I'll go with C, 7.
7 for the answer.
Oh my God!
The answer, Mr. Naftap, is C, and you are the winner of the contest tonight by 4 good answers and 5. Unfortunately for Blackhawks, you finished at 3.5, and that Mark Rabinowitz is the only one at 3 good answers, and the rest of many of you have 2 good answers. Over 16 people participate. If I did not mention your name and the leaderboard, it's because you're 05. We don't tell you who you are. I'm sure you can recognize yourself. And congratulations, Mr. Naftap. You did it tonight as a panelist of the Hockey Nation Live Show. You're the winner of this contest tonight. Congratulations about this one over there.
Nice quiz.
Here we go.
I'm glad I didn't have to go up against Michael Devellano. I think he would have got 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's possible about this one over there. Maybe he got this. Eternal, I think you got 3. Yes, with your last answer, you got 1. I apologize, Mr. Eternal. Congratulations for Mr. Naftap. I think it was a great show. So tomorrow night, we are back, you and me, together for another show. We're going to talk about, again, the best move now for the Eastern Conference. And we invite everybody to join us. Don't forget, please, to click on the like if you leave the building. And then leave your comments. And if you're not watching the Ab Brunch show, please, I invite you to watching again. Participate at the Frenchy contest. If you want to join the Fantasy Hockey ESPN Hockey Nation Live Show, please email me at coach@coachfrenchy.com. And we want to thank each one of you for your participation tonight. But before we leave, we want to let you know one more thing, Mr. Nortap, for everybody. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. Remember, you have goodness inside of you. Here we go, Mr. Nortap. Another HNLT tonight. Show done. We are great to having you aboard. Always a pleasure to work with you, Mr. Nortap. You bring a lot and the chat and the contents you're going with your analysis about hockey. But this is all that because what you bring here make the Hockey Nation Live Show better. Until the next time, everybody, we want to remind you one more thing. Be well, be held. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what, Mr. Nortap?
2022.
The 2022, like he just said. Thanks so much, Mr. Nortap. We wish you an amazing good dream, everybody. Time for me to go to the gym. Having a great one, everybody. We love you, people. Thank you, Mr. Danny, Sue, Kelly, Zenith, Bobby, Mark, Yann Gianet, Nicolas de Bobby Bonno, Chicago Bear. Thanks so much. Then we have RJ Calabro, Gerard. Thanks so much. So many other Runway Kings, all the moderators of the Hockey Nation Show. We want to thank you so much for your participation tonight. The insider we have. Nortap, Andrew, Michael, Marco, contributor, Karen Hans, Ras Cohen, Nick Larivière, moderator, Nortap, Danny, Ron, Jose Duarte, Luciano, the helper, Jose Vartanen, and Roger L. and RJ Calabro, and John Taylor. Thanks so much for everything. Thanks so much about that. Then we want to thank all the supporters of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Remember, without you, this will be impossible. Your name is right there. I cannot mention your 30 name over there, but you can recognize yourself. We want to say to you one thing. Thank you for your support of the Hockey Nation Live Show as a member.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways
Vinny
we
007. Have a good night, Kelly. Have a great night. Of course.
Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you
Marco
started.
Lagabi.
Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're
Mark,
just
Rabino
putting
with-
on a show. What's going on now? Is this all
49 likes, and we get a 50.